Hey guys, it is the Slifer Slacker back at it with another deck profile. This time I've got a pure Raidraptor build, and this one actually comes with a side deck. So let's check this out. So guys, I really need to get some more mats. I have been trying to contact Pal Manga Mat to get mats relating to a lot of my builds, and I don't know if he's just not making mats anymore, but it's kind of disappointing because all of the mats in my collection were Pal Manga Mat, and having to kind of stop halfway through my collection and start buying other mats is going to be very sad if I have to do that. But guys, to start off, we've got 3 Tribute Lanius, one of the 1-card combos in the deck, a playset of Strangle Lanius, a playset of Bloom Vulture, not Doom. These are this along with Noir Lanius, are new fresh out of Phantom Nightmare. Noir Lanius is a normal summon where Bloom Summon is actually kind of functions as a cross keeper for the deck, allowing you to special another Raidraptor out of your hand. Onto the 2-ofs, I play 2 Raiders Wing. I think 3 is kind of bricky. You don't really ever see, I don't see 3 come up. 2 Mimicry, 2 Vanishing. Vanishing is essentially what Bloom Vulture is, but off of normal summon. So it kind of does the same, it's honestly the same exact thing, but it's on normal summon. We've got 2 Fuzzy, 1 Heal, and 1 Pain Lanius. So these are searchable off of Noir. This becomes a level 4. This stays level 3. We're actually playing a playset of Forbidden Droplet because going first or going second, we want to try to nullify what our opponent's doing. And I prefer something like this. I mean, this you would actually slot out. Maybe if you want to play Ash, you could play that there. I am running all gas because I'm trying, this is like a mainly going first deck, but Pot of Prosperity because there are a couple pieces in the extra deck we can get rid of. I'm on 3 Raidraptor Call. That is a pure Raidraptor Call right there, and I mean that like if you're playing things outside of Raidraptors, you're not going to run that at all. You're going to run that at probably 1-0. But being that my build is straight pure Raidraptor, we could do that. Another new card straight out of Phantom Nightmare. And it's really insane that we got a card like this at all. It's basically tribute a winged beast in your hand or field, add a winged beast monster. So you can activate this in 1 of 2 ways. You can activate this as a way to dodge troll. You draw in standby phase, activate this, or you can dodge a hand trap. So if, for example, I summon something out and my opponent imperms or Veilers it, I can then tribute it, still get that monster's effect, and then get a search. So this is actually really cool because it can search for Bloom Vulture. Or if you did use Bloom Vulture and say, for example, it gets hand trapped, you can use Swallow's Cowrie to tribute it and then get something else to normal summon. I am on 2 copies of the new Rise Rank Up Magic Raidraptor's Force. I am so glad that we finally got a Rank Up Magic with Raidraptor in the name. 1 Skip Force, 1 Roost, 1 Called By, and 1 of the Trap Raidraptor's Glorious Bright. So guys, that's a clean 40 cards. I'm going to go ahead and set these aside. We are going to actually get into the extra deck and then the side deck. So first off, we've got here a beautiful Shea Obsidian sleeves. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw that down. Beautiful, beautiful sleeves. We've got 2 copies of the new Quarter Century Secret Rare Raidraptor Rising Rebellion Falcon. I tried 1. I don't like 1. I tried 3. I don't like 3. I think 2 is kind of your Goldilocks zone for that card because sometimes you're going to resolve it more than once. This is essentially this deck's Shining Neos Wingman. I am playing the Final Fortress Falcon. Because this is a pure build, I am not running anything really outside of the archetype or outside of like the support. So that's optional. If you want to, you can. I'm on 2 Ultimate Falcon, 1 Satellite Cannon Falcon, one Arsenal Falcon. I am playing one Arc Rebellion. This came out in Phantom Rage. So this is not by name a Raidraptor, but it came out with that group of support, so I'm justifying running it, and I think it's really good going second. If you get forced to go second, this is basically a skill drain for the board. So one Brave, 2 Force, 1 Raider's Knight, because Raider's Knight is technically a Raidraptor by name. I really wish that they would have made this guy riding one of the Raidraptors. Like, if it would have been a Knight riding a Raidraptor, that would have been so much better than what we got. Art-wise, I mean. Card's amazing. 3 copies of Strix. You could probably drop this to 2 if you wanted to, because there's now recycling in the deck. But I do kind of enjoy having 3, just because you can recycle it, but again, it is nice to just have 3. Okay, off to the side, and then we're going to do a test hand, a couple test hands here, and look at what the deck can do. We're going to put my camera. We got an Arsenal Falcon. I am playing the Air Raid, and second copy of Strix, and then a copy of Revolution in the side, just in case we see that, like, say for example, your opponent is playing an extra deck strategy that mills or wants to target your extra deck. You can then side these 2 back in order to avoid that or mitigate that. Because it's weird, I did run into that where, what was it, Galaxy Eyes mess with my extra deck, so I'm like, you know what, I'm going to side those in just to kind of have them. Playset of Dark Ruler no more. 2 copies of Lightning Storm, that way we can kind of deal with those back row decks. The Rank Up Magic Soulshade Force and Raidraptor Nest. If you know that your opponent's on something that's not super hand trap heavy, you can side the Nest back in. Rank Up Magic, that's just kind of to make your second Arsenal Falcon, that's why I threw that in here. A playset of Evenly Matched, so that way if we need to really like play 9 board breakers, we can. And then last but not least, the second copy of Glorious Sprite, just in case we need it. If we do have to go first and, you know, we're playing against something that we're going to kind of constantly have to negate in order to win, we can flip that in. But okay, guys, so what we're going to do is this video is probably going to be about maybe 15 minutes long. So if you saw the deck profile, if you're ready to peace out, you can. Fine with me. But if not, guys, stay for some test hands, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys pretty much how this deck's going to roll. I'm going to play go first, and then I'm going to kind of show off a Tribute Lanius go second combo that can just really help if they decide not to negate, or, you know, I'll show you what we can do rolling through 1 card. Alright, guys, so we're going to start off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, essentially, to make this deck work, you really only need, you really only need Tribute Lanius or a combination of Bloom Vulture and something else. But I'm actually, since I drew this, I'm just going to ignore everything else and just show you what we can do with the 1 Tribute. So we're going to normal Tribute, and you have one of 2 options here. You're going to go for the Fuzzy, because if your opponent is to DD Crow you at this point right here, you can't go for the Mimicry, and then if that's the only thing in your hand, your turn's kind of done. So we're going to use his effect to mill Fuzzy. Fuzzy's Fuzzy's effect's going to activate to grab me a Fuzzy from the deck. So what we're going to do is we're going to special out the Fuzzy, and then we're going to go ahead and Exceed Summon into Raider's Knight. So now this is kind of the point where your opponent would be wise to hand trap you, but if they do, you still have some things you can do because you have a bunch of, you have extenders in your hand. So let's go Raider's Knight. We're going to activate his effect, which says you can detach 1 to special summon a monster from your extra deck that is 1 rank higher or lower. So we're going to do that, and that is going to get us into the Brave. So Brave on summon does nothing, but what he can do is detach, and you're always going to want to detach not the Exceed material the XYZ monster material, but you're going to detach the one that's not an Exceeds monster. So you're going to send the fuzzy, and then what you're going to do is you're going to use his effect to go ahead and get us the rank up magic skip force. You're going to target him, and that's going to rank him up into the Arsenal Falcon. You're then going to go ahead and use Arsenal Falcon's effect to detach. I detached the Raiders Knight. I don't know if it really matters specifically which one at this point. So you're going to do that, and then he is going to special out a Strangleanius from deck. Now, Strangle is going to target one of your monsters in graveyard because you have an Exceeds monster with Exceed material that is an Exceeds monster. So, for example, if we had a monster that's not Exceeds under Arsenal Falcon, you could not activate Strangleanius' effect. And I've seen a couple videos where people say that, you know, this card's an extender, but don't really read it, which happens. So basically what we're going to do next is we're going to use Strangleanius' effect to special up the Tribute Lanius. That's fine. Then you're going to go ahead and take the Tribute and the Arsenal, and we're going to link away into a Wise. So listen, guys, since we had a Raidraptor as Exceeds material for Arsenal, we get to then activate its effect in grave to special out an Ultimate Falcon, and then we're going to use Y-Strix's effect to special out, actually I lied, we're not going to go for him, we're going to go for the Mimicry. So we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to get into our copy of Forstrix. You're going to detach the Mimicry, and then you're going to use Forstrix's effect to add, and then when that happens, Y-Strix is going to go ahead and set us a rank up magic. So being that we drew this, I'm still going to set another one. I'm going to set this. This is going to get us a search. Looking at this, I mean, you can search. What have we not? I mean, technically, you can grab Strangle since you haven't specialed it yet. And you'll see why I would do something like that. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and banish the Mimicry to search for a Raidraptor Roost. Now, Raidraptor Roost says, if a Raidraptor monster special summon from the extra deck, you can add a Raidraptor spell or trap from your deck to your hand. So we're going to special out that Strangle. We're going to activate the Raidraptor Roost. And we're going to go ahead and just link away into another Y-Strix. That's going to activate this. And we're going to add a Raidraptor spell or trap, which we're going to add the Glorious Bright. And we're going to set that, and then we're going to pass. So again, we did all of that off of one card. So we still have, we have 5 extenders. So what's going to happen now is in the end phase, Ultimate Falcon's effect is going to activate, which is going to burn our opponent for 1,000. And we will then get the option. Oh wait, no, because our turn is over. Never mind. We'll get Y-Strix effect next turn. But guys, what's going to happen is our opponent's going to take their turn, and if they activate something that can break our board, or say destroy the Forstrix or destroy our back row, we then flip over the Glorious Bright, negate it, and kind of chill until my opponent tries to set up their board. Basically, we want to protect the Forstrix no matter what. This card needs to remain on field because we need to activate Rise in order to, we need to keep it on field in order to activate Rise. So my opponent's gonna say they're gonna summon out something, they're gonna activate, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I usually try to wait until they make a big enough board and then activate it. So I kind of save the Glorious Bright for like an evenly matched, a Lightning Storm of my back row, anything that's gonna mess up our game. So we're going to flip that, obviously activate that. And then we're going to activate the Raidraptor, the Raidraptor's Force, which is going to take the Forstrix. It's going to take the Brave and the Raider's Knight. And anything under the Forstrix, I believe, also becomes material for our Rising Rebellion Falcon. Rising Rebellion Falcon hits the board, and it has an effect that is going to wipe our opponent's board. And then if I use 3 different Raidraptors with 3 different names, I can inflict damage equal to all of the combined attack. So this is, to put it on hero terms, this is kind of a Shining Neos Wingman meets Wing Karibo level 10. Yeah. So basically my opponent is going to... oh wait, I forgot to do one thing. That was attach Arsenal Falcon under Ultimate Falcon. But so my opponent's basically going to go ahead and try and do something, and then they're going to get stopped. And I now have 2 monsters on board. He gets up to 5,300 because of the Brave Strix, and he'll be at 35. I have 2 towers that my opponent cannot target, cannot destroy, cannot banish, cannot do anything because they're unaffected. The only way that you're going to remove these from board is by attacking over them. So let's say, for example, they get rid of the Ultimate Falcon. Okay, whatever. I then take my turn, and I have this. This is my hand. Okay, so I can just as easily get into another Rising Rebellion Falcon and just push for game. So guys, that is Raidraptor. It is really fun. I like the way that I built this deck specifically because it does kind of remind me of my older build, which was basically Ultimate Falcon or bust. And there was a lot of times that we would bust because it was very hard to get into Ultimate Falcon prior to like 2000, and I don't know, even before the link. I feel like with the link you really only needed to open up 1 rank up magic. So guys, Slifer Slacker out. Pure Raidraptor. Dig it.